This is a Defocus Media production.
Defocus Media, optometry's #1 podcast, welcomes you to Eyecare Shenanigans, where doctors Jeff Fardink and Daryl Glover discuss the latest in eye care trends, news, research, and more.
What's up, everyone? It's your favorite optometrist, Dr. Daryl Glover. We're back with another show, Eyecare Shenanigans. I'm with my brother from another mother, Dr. Jeffrey Fardink. How you doing today, man? What's new in your world?
I am doing great. It's good to be here with such a cool dude. It's been so hot out there, you know. It's nice to have a cool guy here to cool me down.
Hey, man, I love it, man. And right back at you, man. What's new, man? What's been going on in your world?
Oh, man, not much. I was trying to stay cool. It has been so hot down here in Virginia. I have been just struggling to keep it up. But man, the patients just coming in just dripping sweat.
I know, man. I actually I traveled a little bit and I went out to Las Vegas when it was 110 and 115 degrees out there. When you're talking about hot, man, I think I'm just starting to get back to being hydrated. I mean, it has been hot as hell. That's just the best way to put it, my friend.
Yeah, people were traveling to Death Valley hoping they would be there when the temperature record was set. I was like, why would you want to be there? Oh, my God.
It's crazy, man. I mean, I remember hearing on the news, people were on planes and they were calling the ambulance because, you know, when you're on a plane and you're sitting on the tarmac, they don't really turn on the AC. So people are starting to fall out and faint and stuff like that. So why would you want to put yourself in that position, man? That is crazy.
It's just nuts.
I agree, man. Well, hey, super excited. We got another incredible show in store for everyone out there. Again, welcome to Eyecare Shenanigans, where Dr. Fardink just really breaks down amazing content, whether it's the latest trends, research, some type of publication. It doesn't matter. He breaks it down so it's easy to understand, but also make a difference for you in your practice. Today, we're going to kick off a new segment. We want to highlight small businesses. We want to give all our colleagues out there that are starting something new an opportunity to share it with the world. Jeff and I know that we have an amazing following, and we want to be the voice for eye care. Jeff, are you ready to make this happen, my friend?
Oh, heck yeah, man. Let's do it.
Hey, man, let's do it. We have a colleague that's going to jump on with us, and her name is Elizabeth. And we're not going to steal her thunder. We're going to really let her just come in and kind of talk about her space and what all she does and the product that she has and just kind of build from there. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the mix and make the magic happen, baby. Here we go. Let's bring her on.
Welcome.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's great to be here. Like you said, I'm Elizabeth. I own OptoOrg. I founded it a couple years ago, but we only started selling our product last year.
Okay.
Our main product is this daily contact lens organizer. So instead of dealing with the manufacturer's boxes all over your counter and your cabinet, drawer, wherever you keep them, you can keep them in here.
Nice.
And the middle compartment serves basically the same function as the box.
Okay.
So, but it looks nicer and it can be decorated. And it's just so much better. And then you've got these side compartments, one for left and one for right, where you can just tear it off.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then it's just easy that way.
Yeah.
So and it hangs up on the wall. Our logo is on it, but in this unobtrusive back spot. Usually if it's on the wall, you aren't flinging it around in a circle, so centrifugal force is not a problem.
Well, it's a great
got a lid. Yeah, so I mean that's what we do. That's I've been wearing daily contact lenses myself for almost 15 years now. I've got my own wonderful local optometry team that keeps me up to date with those. And I just needed something better, and I knew I wasn't the only one. So we've got this awesome product. It comes in white and black, and we're actually, by the end of the year, we also have a bamboo version. So it's going to be more eco-friendly. It's going to look super nice. And the bamboo version is going to come in the full size like this one, but also in a compressed size. So if you want to use it for travel or for like your monthly lenses instead of your daily lenses, it's like a compressed box. It's only 2x2 instead of 8x2.
Okay.
So
I love it.
That's coming up. And then the last product that we have, which is super awesome and I'm super excited about, not just for patients, but for other eye doctors as well, is our new eco-friendly contact lens cases.
Nice.
So they start shipping August 14th. They're made of 100% recycled material, up to FDA standards, and you can buy them in bulk for your practice to give to your patients, or you could just buy them as a person to use. And the seasonal decoration is to encourage people to actually replace them every 3 months, because that's the FDA recommendation for eye health. Keep those infections out of there. I never did that when I wore monthlies. I know a lot of people just forget. The months fly by so fast. It's August now. How did that happen? But you notice when the weather changes, and you notice when the seasons change, because capitalism makes sure you do.
Yeah.
So if the season has changed, you got to change your lens case. And it is made of recycled materials. It can be recycled itself with TerraCycle. So you're not hurting the environment by going through this plastic. It's all recycled. Be healthy with your eyeballs.
That's an incredible product. I think it's great. I love the reminder of the seasonal aspect of it. I have seen some terrifying patient contact lens cases when they bring in their own. Sometimes it is just scary. So I love this idea here to help people stay on track with replacing them. I love the daily lens dispenser too. I really like how the lens, you can tear it off from the side on the side of there. It's really nice. Some of those contact lenses out there, it's so hard to separate the contacts from each other.
Yeah, especially these my new ones, the square AccuView. Like, even on the dispenser, sometimes I have to like brace and pull because the foil is so strong.
Yeah, the AccuView. I was thinking the AccuView. The AccuView Moist in particular, I think about. Man, it's a great lens. That's so hard to separate. So I love that.
Having that does help me a lot, because doing it by hand, like it's hard to get the right angle.
Yeah.
But having it on the wall, if I have to like lift it up a little bit to make sure that it's like directly on the seam, but it just goes instead of me like cranking.
You don't accidentally open the next one up and you get like a little splash of saline, like, oh crap, I opened tomorrow's up. Oops.
Yep, exactly.
That's great.
I've done that numerous times in the exam lane. And one thing I really love, Elizabeth, is that you've given us opportunity to have another area of branding or marketing, right?
Yeah.
So when you go reach for those contacts, especially if they're in the exam lane, that could be something about an annual supply. That could be something about solution. That could be something about artificial tears. You're presenting another piece of real estate to really brand and market whatever lens product or service that you may have. So that's fantastic, because we know folks are going to go to that every single day and see it. Yeah. So
we actually there's a Charlotte optometrist out of Charlotte, North Carolina, that we sent a bunch of these to, and they put their logo right here in the corner.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that myself, having in my office. Maybe even put like the day the patient purchased it at my office, because then I can put the time for your routine exam.
Exactly.
Oh, nice. Very nice. I like that.
Yep. Oh, and one thing that I did forget to mention is we've got a version of this, but without the holes at the bottom and a hole right here in the middle, that we call our recyclens. And it's for the empty blister packs. So especially in exam rooms, I know a lot of optometrists just have like a little cup, but that can get annoying to like dump between each patient.
Yeah.
So we have the recyclens, which, because it has the lid and because it's just a small hole, you can let it go the whole day, piling up these blister packs from your patients, and then just dump the whole thing at once at the end. And then they can be recycled with TerraCycle instead of just thrown in the trash.
Yeah, that's awesome. And something that you may want to look into, B&L, they're big into recycling blister packs. So maybe there's a potential partnership that's there, right?
Yep.
Anyone from B&L that's listening, matter of fact, Jill Saxon, I'm going to call you out. It was great seeing you yesterday down in the Raleigh-Durham area. Get up with Elizabeth. Have that call. Have that conversation. Point her in the right place. Let's save the earth. Let's make the magic happen, right?
Yeah.
But Elizabeth, we would love for you to share. Where can folks find this? What's the website? What's the call to action for everyone that's listening and wants to learn more about your business and the products that you have?
Of course. So the best way, especially if you are an eye doctor and not just a patient, is through our website, OptoOrg.com. We do also sell on Amazon and Etsy. So if you're more comfortable doing that, our products are also available there. But our main website, especially if you want to order in bulk, is going to give you the most flexible options and direct contact with me. So that's an awesome thing. But Amazon is honestly most of our sales. Most people just get it through Amazon.
I can't go wrong with Amazon, that's for sure. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate you coming on the show. Continue the great work. Love seeing your growth over the last, year or so. I know you hit me up probably about a year or so, and slowly have seen things grow, right? And I'm so happy that you are the first person that we could bring on to this segment. Anyone that's out there that's listening or watching, if you have a small business and you want to talk about your product or your service, reach out to myself or Dr. Fardink, and we'll love to have you come on and discuss what you have going on, because we're all about pushing for the eye care industry, but also creating news and awareness of new products and services that are out there.
Absolutely.
Elizabeth, thanks so much. You have a fantastic
Thanks for having me.
All right. We'll talk to you later, my friend.
Thank you.
Bye.
Wow, that was pretty impressive, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting one for my my bathroom upstairs.
Yeah, I can see a lot of kids or parents, teenagers, trying to get their children in order, definitely going that route, right?
Yeah.
But most importantly, I can definitely see it in the exam lane or somewhere in the office, just to make life more easy and more compact as well, right?
It's true. I mean, dailies are far and away the best option, of course, but there are downsides. Like you got the bulk of all the lenses everywhere. That's a great solution to it. I love it.
I love it. I love it. So, man, let's jump into it, man. It's that time. You ready to go, my friend?
I was born ready. I'm born ready.
All right, man. I know you were born ready, man. Well, let's make the magic happen. First topic up, same day service, man.
Yeah,
what does that mean in the wonderful world of cataracts?
That's right. So speaking of being ready to go, so this is coming from the UK, from the eye.
Okay.
They're doing a pilot study in the UK, seeing about, diagnosing cataracts and then treating. They're doing cataract surgery that same day, which sounds kind of crazy because, we here in the US, we have it, we get they're diagnosed in the optometrist's office. They're referred over to the cataract surgeon. And they get measurements done there. It could take a month, could take a couple of weeks. But, if you got a patient with a retinal detachment, they're getting surgery that same day or the next day, Yeah. So it's not like it's impossible to do eye surgery the same day.
Right.
And they're finding it's just super convenient. And there aren't really any moral or ethical quandaries that are in the way. It's going really well. So I'm curious to see if this is something that catches on here in the U.S.
Yeah. And I wonder if it's because the growing population, right?
Yeah.
That number of people living longer. Some folks are holding off on having cataract, or they held off on having cataract surgery because of the pandemic, right? Mm-hmm. We got to keep in mind there's still a backlog of a lot of folks. I don't know about you. I see a lot of people come in and their cataracts are super dense.
Yes.
They didn't have any kind of eye care over the last 3 years. So they're like, hey, I can't see. And I'm like, yeah, you can't see anything.
Yeah.
Because you have a dense cataract, my friend. I just wonder if there's a backlog, so they're trying to figure out how to balance that off.
Definitely. That was some of the problems in the UK with their healthcare system, I think, right now, is they've got a huge backlog of patients. And so this really streamlines things, it's more efficient, and it's not providing any downsides to the patient. I think it's all upside. So I'm really excited about this. And I agree with you. I have seen some crazy dense cataracts recently. I had a patient come in this week. She was 2,400 in both eyes with her cataracts. It was crazy.
That's bad, man. Yeah. That is bad. And tell me she wasn't driving.
No, she was not. She was not. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Yeah, man.
That makes me a little nervous, man. I hate to get off track, but you mentioned the UK. I don't know if you've been watching, if you have Apple TV, but there's a show called Hijack. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've seen that.
No.
Oh my goodness, man. You got to watch it. It is incredible. So make sure you check it out.
I will. I love UK stuff. I'll check it out.
Yeah, man. All right, man. Well, that's interesting. Let's see where that takes off and see where it goes here in the States. I know a lot of cataract surgeons will probably be happy about that. But I wonder what it would look like when it comes to just staffing, right? We all have staffing issues. And, if you're doing same day service type of activities, that's going to be difficult to handle, right? So it'll be interesting to see how that can gain traction here in the States.
Yeah, I'm curious too about like things like, are they going to offer premium lenses in the same day things? People have time to think about it, So there are questions, but yeah.
I'll tell you who will be happy: the manufacturers that design the lens, because now you're going to have more on stock, more on.
Yeah, you are.
mandatory, right?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, they got to have them right there. They got to have them there. That's true. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Well, that's a great case, man. A great article. Let's take it to the next, my friend. This one has been hot. Everyone's been talking about. Woman loses her sight.
Yeah.
Wow. That's all I got to say is wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, it happens. People all the time are saying, doctor, why am I coming in for these yearly contact lens exams? I know how to wear contacts. That's not what it's about. It's about checking on the health of your eyes, making sure your eyes are healthy with contact lenses, because contact lenses are very safe, but they're not 100% safe. There are risks involved. There are things
medical devices.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So this patient, she got lenses from Hubble.com.
Okay.
And, I believe that she got them without seeing a medical provider, without seeing an optometrist, and she was able to get the contact lenses. And she had an ulcer, and then she had a second ulcer in the other eye, and then eventually she actually lost the eye.
Wow.
So now she's suing, which understandably, it's really unfortunate that she got that far with it, but it's just crazy. Yeah, it really highlights how important primary care is, getting our patients in to see doctors, telling patients about these stories. It's important that they know about these things. That's a daily contact lens, right? And it can still have issues like that.
Yeah, well, and I think it goes back to something that's always kind of the theme of our conversation, and you always stress this, and that's education, right?
Yep.
You have to educate the patients that come in. You have to tell them what you're doing and why you're doing it more than anything. That way they can understand and connect the dots. I'm just always blown away by how many patients are never aware of why we do contact lens fittings, or what a pinguecula is, and why they need to wear sunglasses, and why they need to lubricate the eyes. Like there's just so many patients that aren't educated out there. So we got to do a better job of that education.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, man, for sure. All right, this next one, man, is kind of near and dear to me because I actually rocked with this a little bit when I was a technician. MaxSight. Talk to me about that, my friend.
Man, you sent me a link on Instagram about the Nike MaxSight lenses. Man, I miss these things. It feels like a new thing, but God, this is probably what, 15 years ago now, right? When these things were out. But yeah, they were amber colored or gray colored contact lenses through Bausch & Lomb in a partnership with Nike. And the idea was they would improve contrast sensitivity for you. And there were several players in the NFL who were wearing the amber colored lenses. There's some great pictures out there of these players looking like crazy people with these amber eyes. It's really neat.
They were a little freaky looking, man. I can't even lie.
Yeah, no, they were. But that's the price you pay for better vision, right? But I did the NFL actually have regulations against these contact lenses? They claimed that they did on this Instagram link I was reading. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's unfortunate because these are really cool. They didn't really seem to take off very well, I guess, because they didn't last very long. But you can still get contact lenses like this. I know Adventures in Color, which is a great independent lab, has some lenses that are really similar to that you can get.
That's true. I never even thought about that. And honestly, man, I didn't even know this lens was still around. I know when I was a technician, a shout out to my guy, Dr. Michael Peters. He was the official eye doctor for the Hurricanes, the Carolina Hurricanes. And something cool about that experience, I got to go with him as a technician and work up the players. And then we were actually still the official eye doctors when they won the Stanley Cup. So they brought the Stanley Cup to our office and we got to take pictures with them.
That's awesome.
And the cup. But getting back to my story with Dr. Peters, he used to fit those lenses all the time because he would have baseball players come in, football players, and we were moving those things like that, man. But as I left and became an optometrist, I never really got big into sports vision. So I thought they were gone. Probably should check with my other guy, Dr. Keith Smithson, because I know over at Sports Vision Pros, they're doing a lot of specialty contact lens and using regular contact lens to enhance these athletes' games and things as well. So probably should have brought him on to.
I think we're losing Dr. Glover here.
Oh, you losing me?
Uh-oh.
Can you hear me?
Well, I think Dr. Glover's having some technical issues here. But yes, the Nike MaxSight lenses are no longer available. But there are other companies that are producing lenses that are similar. So if you're looking for a similar lens, I know Adventures in Color offers I believe a 3-month replaceable lens that is similar to that lens. So it's not the same thing, but it gives you something that at least approaches the old Nike MaxSight lens. That works pretty well. So moving on, I had a patient come in the other day, and she says to me, "Doctor, I'm here because my primary care doctor wants me to get an eye exam because I'm taking this medicine for hair growth." And I said, what are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. So I was like, okay, I know exactly what you mean, actually. So I ran to my back office, like, is she talking about Plaquenil? Because she mentioned also that the primary care doctor had said that this is a medication that some people were using for COVID treatments, which it's not effective for, of course. But and then I did some research here, and yes, there's actually some evidence out there that Plaquenil, which we've seen a lot used in the treatment of various rheumatic conditions, can actually cause hair growth. So some doctors are prescribing Plaquenil off-label for alopecia, for hair growth, and I'd never seen that before or heard of that before. So I wanted to alert my colleagues that I had a patient come in talking about this, and so it might happen to you too. So I want to make sure you guys are aware of it.
Hey, Jeff, do you see me? Do you hear me, my friend?
I can hear you now. I can see you and hear you now.
Yeah, I could hear you the whole time, and I can see myself. So I didn't know if that was me or if that was you, my friend.
I don't know.
Well, great job, man. Taking control of the show. You're a natural, man. But yeah, so you had a patient come in, and this was a thing?
Yeah. She came in and she said that her doctor put her on this medication to help her with her hair loss that she's been having. And she said, yeah, it's people were taking it for COVID. And I'm like, are you talking about hydroxychloroquine, Plaquenil? And she forgot the name of the medication, of course, but that's what she was talking about. So yeah, of course, I see lots of patients on Plaquenil getting their visual field exams yearly to check and make sure they're not developing bullseye maculopathy, which is of course what happens with that drug in a lot of patients. But yeah, I'd never heard of patients taking it to treat alopecia before. And is it effective for alopecia? There's a lot of studies out there. One study I was reading about pediatric alopecia. It was a really small study. There were 9 patients followed. 5 experienced good hair growth and 4 didn't. I don't know, but so maybe there's something here to Plaquenil and hair growth, but people are prescribing it for that reason. So
yeah,
let's be aware of that.
I'm nervous about it because I think about people's weight, right? Because we know how that plays into this medication. Are they just giving it to anyone? Are they actually looking into all of that additional information? Are they communicating with eye care professionals? There's a lot of missing pieces here that I think we need to connect better with whatever physicians that may be actually using this to treat that, because there's a lot of things that could potentially go wrong, right?
There are. Well, at least she's less likely to get malaria now too. That's
there you go. There you go. Awesome, man. Well, you know what's next up, my friend. We gotta hit one of our favorite things here on the show. Next up, you ready for it, my friend?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
I know it's the highlight of the show for you. We're gonna get it moving here. For those that may not know, kind of update them on what's about to take place, my friend.
Well, I like to have a story every month to talk about refraction, which I think is a very important thing in optometry. It's in our name.
You got it, my man. So let's go ahead and make this magic happen.
We're back to the 4-opter, where we bring you the latest action in the science of refraction.
I love it, man. So what's the topic this time, man? What do we have going on?
So I was just reading my most recent issue review of optometry, of course, like I do every month. And there was a great article in there highlighting some of the new progressive designs out there. And I just thought it would be nice to take a moment to talk about them, because these are things that we need to know about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course. So patients don't really understand how bifocals work. Of course, there's the line bifocal and the no line bifocal, and they think it's just a matter of the line not being visible. And of course, there's a lot more to it than that. And progressive designs, of course, are very, very different. Patients don't realize that, how much difference there is, how many options are out there in different types of progressive designs. And it's really important that you know the different progressive designs that are available you can offer to your patients, because they do solve different problems. So this review of optometry I thought was great. There's a Hoya Vision Care's MySV, which has a great visual clarity and really reduces peripheral distortion. I think the Zeiss Drive Safe Progressive also has been really effective for some of my patients who have trouble driving with progressives on and their peripheral vision. That one's also great. S-Floor's Verilux X series also has some different corridor designs out there. So just a great review of optometry that I encourage everyone to take a look at.
Yeah, and the key thing with these progressive designs is that this is a great opportunity to really connect with our patients that might have had not the best experience in the past with a progressive. Because I know that Verilux X, and now they have, I believe, the HR. I mean, it's like nothing out there, man. I mean, folks put those, I know at least the X, they put that on, and it's like a whole new world for them. So we really got to make sure that we don't lose these patients to just single vision. And really let them know that there's better technology out. I always use the example of a cell phone, right? Every year there's a new cell phone that comes out, and I tell my patients the same thing when it comes to lens technology, in particular progressives as well.
And all the time too, I'll get the new presbyope who's basically emmetropic at 42, who was put into a progressive and wasn't really ready for it. And then another doctor, and I'll see them when they're 50 now, and now they need the progressive. I'm like, oh, I tried it once, didn't work for me. Well, your eyes are really different now. Things have changed a lot. It's important to remind our patients of that, and the changes that not just are in their eyes, but the lenses too. So there's lots of designs out there for them.
100%. So step your game up, read the literature, watch this show, process it, but go out and implement something, right?
That's right.
All right, but man, I always love this series. It's always nice, man. Next up, what do we have here? We have frequent eye exams. Talk to me about this, man.
American Academy of Optometry recently releasing new and updated Eyecare frequency guidelines, which honestly, I thought this was already the guideline. I've been telling patients already that the AOA recommended yearly exams, but I guess that wasn't the case.
Me too.
So now anyway, annual comprehensive eye exams are recommended for all people 18 through 64 years of age to optimize visual function, evaluate eye changes, and provide for the early detection of sight-threatening eye and systemic health conditions. And they highlight many reasons for this. There was a big study done in 2015 where 58% of patients that were brought in for annual eye exams were found to have something that needed to be changed, whether it was just the glasses power or they were referred out for a systemic disease issue. 58% of those patients that came in for their annual eye exam without a complaint ended up leaving with something significant happening. So that's it's important to remember. And just this week, I had a patient come in. She had no complaints. She said, "Yeah, my right eye. I've been seeing as well in my right eye as I have my left eye recently, I think." And so I dilated her, and she had her optic nerve was just totally blown. I checked her blood pressure; it was 200 over 120.
Oh my goodness!
Sent her to the ER that same day. So these are things that happen.
Man, that's scary. Very scary.
It is.
And I'm glad that they're moving it to a year, every year after 18 to 64. I think I saw something like that.
That's right, 18 to 64. Yeah.
I think that's fantastic. But you know what? I like to challenge the AOA. I think we should do like the dental industry or profession. We need it every 6 months, right?
That's right.
Think about changes in prescriptions. Typically, that takes place every 6 to 8 months, right? If a patient comes in your office and they had an eye exam in January and they come back in June or July and they want a contact lens fitting, you're probably going to charge them for another refraction or do another refraction, right? Because you're worried about a prescription change. Your eyes can change, and especially with the world the way it is and near demand and not enough time outdoors with UV and looking out at a distance. So we really got to take this seriously. So, I mean, maybe it could even be baby steps where it's age 5 every year up to 18. You have 2 eye exams a year, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we need to have conversations with the insurance companies to really make this happen as well. But I think that's something that we should see more frequently. Just like you get your teeth cleaned and checked, we need to do the same thing when it comes to eye care.
Well, when I was a technician back in 2011, I worked for an older doctor up in New Jersey, and he only, I don't know if this was necessarily legal, but he only wrote contact lens prescriptions for 6 months, and all of his patients had to come back in 6 months and do a contact lens exam every 6 months. And they loved him; they were great, and it was a great doctor. But I don't know if that was legal or not, but I like his mentality anyway. He's on the right track.
And I'm starting to see more doctors, especially those that deal with pediatrics or myopia control, really bringing back kids or teenagers every 6 months or every 3 or 4 months if they're not starting them on myopia control, just to see if they need to, get ahead of it. So I think we're starting to change our mentality in regards to how we look at this process and how often and frequent we should have eye exams.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, especially with young kids in myopia control. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, man, this has been great. It's been a lot of great information as always, easy to digest. Definitely want to give a shout out to Elizabeth for the amazing product that she has out there. You guys got to make sure you go out and check her out and support her. I got one last question for you, Dr. Fardink, man.
Yes, sir.
How's that IPL been treating you, my friend?
Oh my gosh, the IPL is great. It's popping. My office is bright lights. Love it. I got to wear sunglasses in there now.
Oh, man.
IPL's going off so much. It's great.
Awesome, man. Yeah, one day we got to just sit down and talk about your experience, your journey, what you've been experiencing. Because I know we've had some conversation on the back end, and you're really changing the game, changing what eye care looks like, right? And the thing that I'm excited about is I'm seeing a guy out here doing it and make it happen, right? It's not a lot of gentlemen out there that I see that use IPL or aesthetics and all that other jazz. So, you might need to write a book, man, or get out there and start preaching and start teaching classes, my friend.
For real. No, the IPL's been great. I mean, patients love it. Of course, it's really effective in treating dry eye, which is why it's so important. But, it gives a great facial at the same time, right? So not a bad thing at all. Patients love that aspect of it. So it's great.
Fantastic, man. Well, thanks again for all the great information, all the amazing articles. It's your favorite optometrist, Dr. Daryl Glover, and my brother from another mother,
Dr. Jeff Fardink. You guys have a great one. I'll see you next month.
All right. Peace.
Thank you for listening to Eyecare Shenanigans. Big thanks from Drs. Daryl Glover, Jeff Fardink, and the whole team here at Defocus Media. Follow us on social media where our handle is Defocus Media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn.